Hi, and welcome to another installment of Math Basics with Mr. Besh. Today is another one and done. We're going to be simplifying expressions with exponents. So let's get to work. Now, before we begin, you need to make sure that you watched my previous two videos. Number one, what is a negative exponent, and the rules that apply with exponential expressions. This video here is just a little test to see if you understand those rules that we discussed. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to note is there are three things going on in this problem. You have m's, you have numbers, and you also have n's in this expression. This is very important because you only combine together what we refer to as like terms. Now, when you simplify one of these expressions, what you basically have to do is follow your orders of operations. PEMDAS, you please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Those rules will be guiding you on what steps to do first. So following our rules, PEMDAS always starts with parentheses first, and you'll notice that we have a parentheses set. We'll also notice that there are three terms inside your parentheses. You have a constant, 2, you have two variable terms, an m and an n term, and all of this you are taking to a fifth power outside of the parentheses. So what you basically got to do is you got to take them one at a time and follow your simple rules. The first thing we got to do here is take 2 to the fifth power, which is basically 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that gets us 32. The second thing we need to do in the parentheses is the m to the second power. We then have to take that to the fifth power, and that is our powers to powers rule. So that's going to simplify to m to the 10th power. Now we have to simplify the n terms, so n to the fifth power to the fifth power becomes n to the 25th power. Now we just simplified everything dealing with this exponential expression here. So then finally what we have to do is keep following the orders of operations, and from left to right we need to make sure that we multiply, again following our rules for exponential expressions. What we have left in the math problem is m to the negative 3 power right here. We have a 2 being multiplied, and we also have an m to the second power right here. We are going to take each of these terms and multiply it by our expression we just made from inside the parentheses, which is 32 m to the 10th power n to the 25th power, combining using our rules. So first things first, take all of your numbers that are not variables and multiply those together. So now you have a 2 here and a 32 here, and 2 times 32 is going to make 64. The next thing we have to do is multiply our m values together. Remember, when you have multiple variable terms, you want to make sure you multiply the variables in the beginning of the alphabet before the end. Everything needs to be alphabetized. So now you have an m to the negative 3 power here, an m to the 2 power right here, and last but not least, you have an m to the 10th power right here. Remember the rule, when they all have the same base value, and they do, the base value is an m, you simply add their exponents. So now negative 3, positive 2, and positive 10 are going to make an m to the 9th power. Now last but not least, you would then do the same process with the n's, but since there is only one term that has an n, and that is the n to the 25th power, it basically gets multiplied to my expression to complete my answer. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the answer to my simplified expression here using exponents. And that's a wrap. I hope you found this video both helpful and informative.